What is up guys, Zach here from the Chaos Galaxy, and today I'm going to be showing you how I make my Chaos Galaxy trading cards at home. I'm going to be showing you the full process of going from an idea of a card to printing it out and making it a proper card that I use in my actual videos. I've done tutorials on like how to make cards completely by hand. I've done like foil card tutorials, so if you want to check out any of those, the links will be in the description, but I've never actually shown the process I use for making Chaos Galaxy cards at home that I use in my videos. So I'll jump straight into it. So the first step to making a new card is actually going on my phone with its official merch case. So I unlock my phone. So the screen's a bit broken, but I basically take out my notes, and then I have this card ideas section where whenever I'm bored or like on a bus or something, I'll just think of card ideas and write them on this huge notes section and find the card that I want to make. So I had some comments saying that people wanted dinosaurs in the game, so I've got a simple idea for a dinosaur creature here, but some of these can be abilities, stats, just like random concepts for archetypes, loads of weird stuff. So I'm going to take this ice dinosaur idea, and the next step is to get straight to the artwork and draw myself an ice dinosaur. So to draw my cards, I'll just take a regular A4 sheet of paper. This is kind of special paper for using with permanent marker pens, because I draw my creatures in pencil, go over them in fine liner pen, and then colour them in using my Copic markers. So I'm going to draw my dinosaur, and here he is. He's been drawn on this A4 sheet around some other creatures for set 5 that I'm not going to spoil, but these sheets do end up being full of drawings. Here's one I've done for the Kazarak archetype when I was making the Teklar starter deck. So it just gives you a sort of sense of the size of the drawings that I do. The next step is to take a picture, put this on the card template. Honestly, I know there's all sorts of methods of putting a photo onto your computer, but to be honest, I just think the best is walking outside and taking a photo of it in the sun. Sounds very low tech, but scanning doesn't have great picture quality. Using sort of lighting studios gives glare. I just come out on a sunny day. Don't stand in direct sunlight or that, because that'll give quite a bit of glare, but I'll just find a sort of shady spot that's facing the sun that has a lot of natural light, and just take a photo of it like this. So got our image here. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in my template. So to speed up the process of making these cards, I keep like a template for creatures from every planet. So this is my Pelisium template, and I'll just go off what I wrote in the notes. So I like drawing the image before coming up with the name, because I think the picture of the card can really sort of make the name. I think I like his big feet. I think I'm going to call him Stomposaurus. It'd be Stompasaurus. No, Stomposaurus I think works better. And what I got written in my notes was 290 power and 400 health, because I wanted a Pelisium card with a bit of health. It's going to be 7 stars. So just get rid of these until we've got 7. Right, a 7 in there. And he's got no ability. I just wanted a simple no ability creature. What card are we up to in the set? Let me check. 54. Cool, so there's the template. Take our picture now, and I use Photoshop for this editing. There are lots of free equivalents of Photoshop online, but I use it for my main job, so I'm using it for this as well. Can delete the original drawing now, and then obviously this doesn't look fantastic here, so we're going to go ahead and retouch it a bit to make this actually look like it's on the card and not a drawing that I've taken a photo of. So on Photoshop, I think these like auto adjustment settings work really well. So auto tone, that's just got rid of all that sort of bluish tinge to it. Auto contrast, that one didn't really do anything. Also color, no, that's made it go a bit yellow. So just play around with these settings on the adjustments panel, and you need to sort of learn your way through them by trial and error to sort of get the desired effect. On this curve section, this is interesting. So I don't really know the science behind this, but the top of these light grey peaks here are to do with the white. So if you drag the top of this line, you can see it makes everything lighter. So if you drag it to the top of this peak here, that should make the white areas, so the background paper white. So let's leave that there. And then make a sort of S shape. So this makes the lights lighter on this line, this makes the darks darker. So just a bit of contrast in the image, which is always nice. Cool. So there. And now the final thing, I want to get rid of some of this paper texture. I do like having it in a bit, but you see the sort of speckled areas on the blue here, it will still look like a drawing on paper when we come to print that card. So the way to get rid of this is to go Filter, Noise, Reduce Noise. This is sort of the noise is sort of the graininess. So we'll start with Strength 0, and I'll show you that. It does nothing. If we look at these sort of textured areas, we go to 10. Like really smooths things out, but it smooths it out a bit too much. It sort of makes the image blurry. So we want to go somewhere in the middle. Normally about 4 looks pretty good. 3 maybe. I think 4 is good. So we'll go 4 there. Okay, he's looking pretty nice now. I'll then duplicate the image, hide this original one in case we want to make any more changes. Rasterize the layer, and then go to the Quick Erase tool. And just get rid of that background. Click on it a few times. Make sure all the white's gone. He's looking pretty good. And now, as you can see here, my drawing isn't perfect. So there's a few bits of blue that have gone over the lines. So we can just magic erase them. A bit more here. And now, oh no, there's one. Now, this gets a bit more tough when the colour sort of bleeds into the actual image. So what I like to do here is the stamp tool. This is I think my favourite tool on Photoshop. So if you hold Alt or Option and then click, it takes a stamp of this area, and then if you let go of Alt and start drawing, it will just like redraw that area onto wherever you are. So it's just drawing random bits of this dinosaur everywhere. But if we take the sort of light area here, and then start drawing on the lower bit of his face, it will just take that area and put it on this lower area, which is good because it takes the sort of textures of the hand-drawn artwork that we're using, and rather than just using like the paint bucket tool and filling this bit in grey, which would end up giving us an effect like that, which doesn't look very good, it just kind of takes your pencil strokes and reuses them. I'm actually going to clean up his leg. I thought I'd paint him like a darker colour, but that really didn't work, so I'll just do that quickly. So we've got our Stomposaurus here. Again, that was all cleaned up using the stamp tool. I stamp cloned some of the texture from his body here and just filled it in. Cool, and there we have a finished Stomposaurus. So we're going to go ahead and save it. File, Export, Quick Export as a PNG file, which is what the format we'll be using to print. And then I like to keep things very organised, so I've got my JPEGs here of set 5. You don't see any spoilers for names of cards along here. Save out Stomposaurus. And then when I go to my set 5 file, he's in here. So we want to print this out now. The main thing about printing is we just got to make sure that it's the right size. So we're going to open a new document. I use Pages because I'm on a Mac. You can do this with Microsoft Word too. So we're going to go Document. We want to print it out landscape like this, and we are going to make a box the size of our trading cards. So you want to go Format, Arrange. And then here it has the size of the box. Now a standard poker card, which is the size of Pokemon, Magic the Gathering cards, nicely fits in card sleeves and binders, is 2.5 inches across and 3.5 inches down. So this is the size of a trading card on a normal piece of paper. We're going to put this template here, put in our Stomposaurus. We'll get rid of some of this border, because we don't need all of it, and then just move it so it fits exactly into this box that we've made. And now to fit in as many cards as possible, I fit 4 on a page. So I've got some other cards I want to be printing off for this video, so I'll just go ahead and make them. The way you lay out 4 characters is by just moving them down to the bottom half of the page like this. But we've got our 4 fronts of the cards here. We need to add some card backs. So I'm just going to put my card back file into this document, crop it down again, shrink it a bit. We're going to need another square template here, so we'll make that at 2.5 inches by 3.5 inches. Put it there where the back of our cards are going to be. We're going to move this in line with our template, make it a bit bigger, and then we're done with this. And what we want to do now is have this upside down. So flip it 180 degrees, because what we'll do when we print this off is fold the card backs down so that they'll be the same way up. Going to copy this onto all 4 of our cards, and Microsoft Word's done that annoying thing. Okay, so that's fine. We're going to go ahead and press File, Print. Make sure everything's in line and then just hit print. Okay, now we've got this printed out. We're going to take our cutting board, use that as the background, our cutting knife and ruler, and cut around the outside of the cards, cut them lengthways, but we're going to leave the card backs attached. So we'll end up with 4 strips of card and card back. Okay, so now I've got these 4 strips, but you don't need to score them. It just does make the cards a bit neater, but it can sort of compromise the accuracy of like the cards being folded in half. So do these to all your cards. And then we're almost there. What you need to do next is either use double-sided tape, spray mount, or I just use a plain old glue stick. Glue one side of the cards. Make sure when you're doing this you get right to the corners, because you don't want these corners folding, like when your cards are sealed, you don't want the corners folding away. So really make sure whatever sticking method you're using, get it right to the corners of the card on the top and bottom. Now, to really make sure your glue stays, what I do, if you've got the patience, if you don't have the patience for this, it doesn't matter. But I would normally take these 4 cards and then get like a big book, something heavy. I actually have a big box of Chaos Galaxy cards here that I can use, and just flatten these, flatten it, use as much like weight as you can. And just kind of leave those to sit for like 30 minutes or so, and then when you come to take it off afterwards, the cards will be like perfectly stuck down and flat. There won't be any of these little gaps you see here in my examples. But once all the glue's stuck down, I'll take a final look at the cards, make sure they're okay. As you can see, there's a little strip of white showing underneath there, so I'm just going to cut away that with a pair of scissors. You can also round off any corners if you want with the scissors, or if you have a corner cutter. I don't, but I think they are a very good tool. I'll show a quick clip of what they are. They are a pretty useful tool to make the corners nice and round. I like to sleeve all my cards up as the final step. So just got some standard card sleeves for like Pokemon or Magic the Gathering cards, and because we've printed them out the exact size of one of those cards, they just fit perfectly into these sleeves, and after that you are done. So that was my entire process of making a trading card from scratch, from being an idea as a note on my phone to an actual physical card that you can definitely have a game with. Card backs look identical. Yeah, that's my method. So I use these in my videos for like planet profiles and things for Chaos Galaxy, where I show off cards before they've been printed by the printing company I use, the Game Crafter. So let me know if you thought this was helpful. Let me know if you got any tips for making this method better. I'm always looking for ways to improve my homemade cards, make the process more efficient and stuff. So yeah, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at Chaos Galaxy TCG, and good luck making your homemade trading cards. Bye.